नमो नमस्ते गुरवे महात्मने विमुक्तसंगाय सदुत्तमाय नित्याद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्ने नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य. Then put it a little distance, the sound will come. स्वाराज्य साम्राज्य विभूतिरेषा भवत्कृपा श्रीमहिमप्रसादात् प्राप्ता मया श्रीगुरवे महात्मने नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमो नमस्तेस्तु पुनर्नमोस्तु नमस्तस्मै सदैकस्मै कस्मै चिन्महसे नमः यदेतद्विश्वरूपेण राजते गुरुराजते यदेतद्विश्वरूपेण राजते गुरुराजते. Hari. We will chant the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karnebhiः शृणुयाम देवाः.
Om Bhadram Karnebhiः शृणुयाम देवाः.
भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः.
भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः.
स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः.
स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः.
व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः.
व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः.
स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः.
स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः.
स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः.
स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः. स्वस्ति
नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः.
स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः.
स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु.
स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु.
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Hari. That's Jai Guru. So we are coming to the end of Mundaka Upanishad. So practically today I think I will be able to finish it, but the essential part of it, that is up to this chapter, up to the 4th verse, the sadhana part ends there. Thereafter there are 7 more shlokas, 7 more mantras. They can be called as phalashruti, that is what happens when a person has, when one does the sadhana and attains, then what all things happen. So essentially the actual sadhana part will be over by 3.2.4, I believe. Now I told that this whole chapter, this 3rd section, 3.2 section, not 3rd, 3.2 section, it is, before that, many things have been told about Brahman and Atma, and the concept has been cleared from various angles, so that we can have a proper understanding of what is our real identity, and what do we mean by Atma, Brahman, Paramatma, etc. Then it started from the example of the 2 birds sitting on the same tree, the sadhana part, how the mind has to become focused on the reality, on the truth, in preference to everything else. Everything has to become the secondary, and our focus should be on the truth. And then how this as Vishuddha Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva is the state of realization. It is the pure being. How does it happen? Jnana Prasada. Jnana Prasada means, what is jnana? Abheda darshanam jnana. All the differential notions which are causing our agitation, causing our suffering as well as elation, they will all get dissolved in the knowledge of the truth. So when it becomes abheda darshana, there is no difference anywhere at all. Naturally, there is no question of impurity. I have clarified that it is not that while we are acting in the world, it will all be same. Then there is no question of doing anything at all. If the whole world we find as Brahman, and we don't see any difference in anything in the world, then naturally we will not be able to act in the world at all. So that kind of a misconception should not be there. What the Shastras mean is that when the person realizes this oneness of everything, realizes the one truth, then there is a change coming in his personality, in his vision. So from his vision, the raga dvesha, they fall off. The selfishness, self-centeredness, looking for gain from the world, all these automatically fall off, because they realize that nothing can be gained from the world at all. So they become natural. Just as the plants grow, the flowers blossom, the clouds shed rain, as the river flows from the peak of the mountain to the sea. On the way, so many other streams will meet. The river goes on flowing in its own manner. Like that, our life also flows in the natural manner. So there is a change in the vision of the world. He no longer suffers from running after something he likes and running away from something he dislikes. That goes. The effortfulness goes. He becomes sahaja. Sahaja. Easy, natural. Now, that comes out of Vishuddha Sattva. That is the Vishuddha Sattva which comes out of Jnana Prasada, has been told in the previous slokas. Now, how will the Jnana Prasada come? What is the obstruction in having the Jnana Prasada? We have read everything, we have read all the Upanishads maybe, we know everything about Atma, we know everything about Brahman, but What is that? We are not able to strike the right point. We don't feel contented. We don't feel easy. We don't feel the prasada, the placidity of the mind. So where lies the thorn? Why it is not coming? So the Shastra, the Mundaka Upanishad clearly says that it is the desire. Desire is the ultimate. As in Bhagavad Gita also, Kama esha, Krodha esha, Rajoguna samudbhava, Mahashano mahapapma, Vidhyena miha vairinam. Here also, in all Shastras, I have told while teaching Kathopanishad in this satsang series also, everywhere towards the end it will come to desirelessness. Because that is the fundamental obstruction in knowing the oneness of the truth. Why do we have desire? As long as we are finding something I like and by that, gaining that, I will become happy. Or avoiding something I dislike, I will become happy. As long as this feeling is there that my state depends on something from the world, we will have desires. We will have desire for gaining what I like and desire for avoiding what I dislike. So the desire becomes the ultimate focus. That is what we find here. From the last sloka also, but not in a sadhana form. So we will now start from we have done the first sloka. You will just chant the last sloka of the previous section, and then that is 3.1.10, then 3.2.1. We had done previous day also. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati,
Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati,
Vishuddha sattva kamayate yamscha kaman,
Vishuddha sattva kamayate yamscha kaman,
Tam tam lokam jayate tamscha kaman,
Tam tam lokam jayate tamscha kaman,
Tasmadatmajñam hyarchayet bhuti kamaha,
Tasmadatmatnyam hyarchayet bhuti kamaha,
Savedaitat paramam brahmadhama,
Savedaitat paramam brahmadhama,
Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram,
Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram,
Upasate purusham ye hyakamaha,
Upasate purusham ye hyakamaha,
Te shukrame tadativartanti dhiraha,
Te shukrame tadadivartanti dhiraha.
These I have explained, I will tell again. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati, samyak vibhati, Vishuddha sattva kamayate yamscha kaman. A person who has become Vishuddha sattva, actually there is no question of any kama coming to him. But why are they saying kamayate yamscha kama? He wants, there is a sankalpa coming in the mind of the Vishuddha sattva, in the cosmic mind of Ishvara or God also, everything happens, whatever sankalpas are arising. In the beginning, Mundaka Upanishad says, Yasya jnanamayam tapaha, that the whole creation is coming from the austerity which is jnanamaya, which is the consciousness, the austerity in the consciousness. It is not a physical or mental austerity. It is as if a wave, a sankalpa wave is coming in the consciousness. Whatever comes, it follows. In the creation, it happens like that. The model of creation, they have explained how the creation is coming right in the beginning. In Mundaka Upanishad they have said. In dream also, whatever thoughts coming, it is not always following that I wanted this and that is why it has happened. Bizarre things happen in the dream. And what happens? Whatever thoughts come, that appears in the dream. Here also, if the sankalpa comes in Vishuddha Sattva's mind, then that happens. Tam tam lokam jayate tam kaman. Lokam, why? Lokam anything is coming out of desire or out of a sankalpa, something is following. Loka means the bhoga kshetra, where anything that is the results are coming of the karmas, etc. So by his sankalpa that happens. It can happen in various ways. He may think of the society, he may think of the country, he may think of the entire mankind, that some changes have to come. And that sankalpa creates a great force in the mind of nature, in the consciousness, because his mind is vibrating in tune with nature. Whatever the nature flow will come, his mind also will think in that manner. So you can say he plays the role of a certain kind, some kind of a small Ishvara, where whatever comes in his mind, it has great effect in nature. Because he is not thinking anything out of his desire, personal desire for gain or anything like that. Any sankalpa coming in his mind means it is in tune with the waves which are coming in the cosmic mind. His mind has become a part of the cosmic mind. It may not happen immediately, it will take its own time in the cosmos also, because finally everything is transcending time. But it will be followed up in the time, it will be appearing in the cosmos. So they are saying tasmat atmajnam hi achayed bhuti kamaha. So those who are desirous of prosperity, they should worship a knower. By this what will happen? If his desires are rightful desires, but there is some obstruction coming, if the knower feels in tune with the person that he is suffering for nothing, he should have this, he should have that, he will have that. That is why those who are wanting prosperity also, not unrighteous prosperity but rightful prosperity, towing the dharma, for them the Upanishad is directing them to have the association of the knower. There are two effects of that. One is his desire for prosperity, whatever is there, whatever is rightful desire in that. If he has some super ambition and all, that may not work. But whatever is rightful desire, whatever will happen by his association, by the knower's association, whatever will happen in the knower's mind, it will help in fulfilling his prosperity by the sankalpa of the knower. Another thing is, by these statements, the Upanishad is guiding the ordinary people also, the materialistic people also, to have satsanga. The materialistic people also, that it will be for your benefit, it will be for your prosperity. The other day I told you the Sudama's episode. He needed prosperity, he was extremely poor, they were not having any proper meal or so, being the best friend of Krishna. And he did not ask anything from Krishna. Because his wife was repeatedly pushing him to go and ask Krishna, he is a king and all. He went to Krishna and he carried a little bitten rice to be offered to Krishna. And by that what happened? Krishna's mind understood that he should have something to satisfy his wife. And when he went back, he found a palatial building or some building has come up, very good building has come up, everything is there. His wife is very happy, all those things. So it might be story, but what it means is very real. It may not be story also, it might be truth also. They have not written only story, these are all facts of life. So his material desire for material prosperity will be fulfilled. At the same time, he will get the association of the satsanga, so he will be brought to the auspicious path. So it is to inspire the people who are after material prosperity also to go to the knower and have his association, so that in their life they will have prosperity, as well as when the time comes they will take to the ultimate goal also. Overall, they will have a good life through that. Satsanga will always bring in some auspiciousness in the lives of people, provided the person is receptive to it. The more a person is receptive, so much will be the effect. And soon the materialistic person also will become freed of the material desires or ambitions, whatever he might have had. So this is one thing, that inspiring the people who have some materialistic desire also to go to the knower and have his association, to have the benefit of his sankalpa, of the knower's mind, some sankalpa in the knower's mind, which will be beneficial for him. In the second one, which is the first sloka of the next chapter, he says, Saha means that knower, Etat paramam brahmadhama veda. He knows that the supreme abode of Brahman, he knows. Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram. Where the whole world is shining. See, I have been constantly saying the whole universe is appearing in the consciousness. Bhati means it is shining in that. So he knows that supreme Brahman, the supreme reality, and what is that? We should not forget, that is our own real identity. In that the whole universe is shining. Now, one interpretation which is more appropriate is the Shubhram Vishwam Bhati. Generally it is translated as the Vishwam is the whole universe is shining and the Brahman is Shubhram. No, I would like to prefer that where Shubhram Vishwam Yatra Shubhram Vishwam Nihitam Bhati, where the universe, the world also is shining as pure, as white. Why? Because for the knower, the Vishwa also is Brahman. So it doesn't have any impurity for him. That is why his mind can do anything, anywhere. He does not have the raga dvesha. He does not have the bheda buddhi. So even the world for him is only Brahman or Atma alone, his own identity alone. And it has no bheda buddhi anywhere. So it is Shubhram. Shubhram means colorless, no differential notion, no fragmentation. Shubhram Bhati. As in Yoga Vasishta, you find the shloka that Purnai manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upanad gudhapadas nanu charma. When the mind becomes full, when can the mind become full? You may think that when I get whatever I want, whether it is property or fame or whatever I want, the mind will become full. No. The mind can never become full as long as it is fragmented, it is different from all others. It is not full. The Purnam in Upanishads is referring to the ultimate fullness where there is no subject-object difference also, no bheda at all. It is the Advaita, Advaya Anubhuti. That Purnatvam is coming because there is no second. The whole universe appears as Atma alone. He says that when the mind becomes full, it is not the full with the small things, but full because it is in the realization of the one truth. Jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi sampurnam bhavati. The whole world becomes nectarine for him. What is nectarine? The Atma. It is all Atma for him. The example he is giving is Upanat gudhapadasya nanu charma astrita iva bhuhu. Suppose your feet are becoming dirty, dusty. To protect the feet from the dust, are you going to cover the whole earth with leather? It's not possible. So what do? You make a shoe with a leather and put your feet into the shoes and walk with the shoes. Everywhere it is covered with leather. By covering your feet with leather, the whole world becomes covered with leather. Like that, by making our mind full, the whole world becomes full. You cannot make the whole world full for others. It is impossible. The whole world will have shine with the same fullness when our mind becomes full. So, for him, for the knower, the Jagat also is Shubhram. It is having no fragmentation, no differences, no Raga Dvesha, nothing. In Viveka Chudamani also, there is a shloka, Na pratyak brahmanor bhedam kadapi brahma sargayoho prajnaya yo vijanati sajivan mukta lakshanaha. He is having the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta. He is a Jivan Mukta. Who is a Jivan Mukta? For whom na pratyak brahmanor bhedam. There is no difference between pratyagatma, that means what we understand to be our I. It is looking within, we find the I. So it is called pratyagatma. Pratyag and brahmana, which is the substratum of the whole universe. That is, he finds no difference between the Atma and the Brahman. That we have been saying all along, that the ultimate of spirituality is Brahmatmaikatva Bodha. That Brahman and Atma are same. Na pratyak brahmanor bhedam kadapi brahma sargayoho. Never differentiate between the Brahman and the Sarga, means the Srishti. Srishti, there is nothing other than the Brahman, nothing other than. Previously they have said there is no difference between the Brahman and Atma. And Atma is referring to our own identity. Then they are saying there is no difference between the Vishwa, the Srishti, creation, and Brahman. So the whole creation is Brahman, means whole creation is Atma also. You apply the simple formula. So it is all shining, the whole world, the creation is shining in me. So there is no bheda at all. Prajnaya yo vijanati. He will not see that with the eyes or with the ears. It cannot be. With the senses you cannot perceive this. It has to be perceived by the prajna, the advaya understanding of the buddhi. Ikshana of the buddhi, the vision of the buddhi. Prajnaya yo vijanati. By the prakrishtya jnana, who understand. Prakrishtya jnana means the realization of the truth. Who understand that this is what it is, that there is no difference between the Brahman and the Atma, and the Brahman and the Srishti. So there is no difference between Atma and the creation also. Everything has become Atma or Brahman alone. So that is the Jivan Mukta Lakshana. So here they are saying, Savedai tat paramam brahmadhama yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram. So the Vishwa which is shining in his mind is not a fragmented Vishwa, it is also Shubhram. Because his mind has become full, his mind has become Vishuddha Sattva. Upasate purusham yehi akamaha. The previous mantra he said, Bhuti Kamaha. In the previous mantra he said, those who are Bhuti Kamaha. That means those who are interested in material prosperity, they should worship. Here they are saying that those who worship such an Atmajna, such a Brahmajna, without any kamana, without any desire, akamaha upasate. The other one was with kama they were worshipping. Here it is worshipping without having any kama at all. Desirelessly they remain in the association of the knower, and they don't want anything at all. They are worshipping or serving or be in the association of the knower. They are being in the association of the knower, remaining free of all desires. What happens to them? Te shukrametad ativattanti. Te dhiraha shukrametad ativattanti. See, they are called dhiraha. Why? Because they have come to the knower without any material desire. Just like in the beginning, if you remember, Mundaka Upanishad started with Shaunaka. Shaunako havai mahashalo vidhivad upasannah papracha angirasam shaunako havai mahashalo angirasam vidhivad upasannah papracha. That Shaunaka, the great householder, he came to Angiras Rishi and he asked, how did he come? Vidhivat, as the Vedas say that you should approach a knower like this, like that. And what is he asking? Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. That means by knowing what, everything will become known. He has not asked for prosperity, he has not asked for somebody should be saved or that my health will be properly, I should have a better health, I should have better bhoga, nothing like that. He has already become akamaha. So he is wanting to know, oh sir, please tell me by knowing what I will become, I will not have any more anything to be known. Kasminnu bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavati iti. So he says that such people are dhiraha because they have not realized the truth, but they have understood that there is nothing to be gained from the world, something by giving. Manyate enadhikam tataha yasmin sito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Bhagavad Gita. By getting which, by attaining which, we have nothing more to attain from anywhere at all. So what happens to them? When they worship and do service to the Atmajna without having any desire, becoming desireless, then what happens? Shukrametad ativartanti. Te dhiraha Shukrametad ativartanti. They go beyond this. Shukram means the seed of body, where from the bodies arise, bodies are created. So it can be interpreted in two ways. In the religious sense, he will not get born again, as usual, according to the Punarjanma model, if you think, that he will not get born again because he has become desireless, he has known the truth. Another is, Shukram means the seed of body consciousness, Dehatma Bodha. That is also Shukram. It is coming from where from the body is coming. You may have the body, but if you don't feel that I am the body, I am the soul, then you don't have the body consciousness. You have already overcome the Shukram. So they become freed of the body consciousness. That means they become also a knower. So those who are worshipping the knower without having any desire, they become like him. As Sri Krishna says repeatedly, they come to me, they become like me. So many places he has said. So, the previous one was those who are interested, those who are having material desires for prosperity and all, they should go to the Atmajna, to the knower, and worship him, so that they have the rightful material prosperity. And not only that, by his association, they will be led to the proper path. And those who have been worshipping the knower without any desire, for them, they attain emancipation, they become free by the association of the knower. Because the knower wants everybody to become free. There is nobody to ask for that or to really yearn for that. So that is why they don't become free. But if a real yearning is there, then coming to the knower, he will become free. Then the next verse, 3.2.2. Kamanyah kamayate manyamanaha.
Kamanyah kamayate manyamanaha.
Sakamabhirjayate tatra tatra.
Sakamabhirjayate tatra tatra.
Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu.
Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu.
Ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha.
Ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha.
Yaha kaman manyamanaha kamayate. saha kamabhihi tatra tatra jayate. This also can be looked into from two sides. One is according to the Punarjanma model. Another is the real sadhana model. Both way it is true, and if you look at it not with the Punarjanma model, then your sadhana will be greatly helped by this. What is it that they are saying? Yaha kaman kamayate manyamanaha. A person who is thinking of some desireful object or desireful situation, something desireful gain, his mind is given to that. Now, this desire, is it not a force? We are not calling it force because we don't see the mind. They are subtle force but tremendous force. You can easily think of it. Suppose your mind is not associated with something. Will you be able to do? Even for raising the hand, your mind has to think first of all that I will lift my hand. Can you send her away? It's creating a lot of problem. That to do anything, first of all, the mind has to think. Then only the body can apply the corresponding force. Even to eat or do anything in life, unless the mind thinks, we cannot do. So the tremendous force, unimaginable force is there in the mind. Everything that has been created in this world by human beings, it is because of the power of the mind. First it must occur in the mind, then only it will translate into the cosmic level in the world through various efforts and all. So we are not seeing this force as a force. But this force, suppose desire is it's a powerful force, and the stronger is the desire, the stronger is the force. So will it not lead you to wherever your desire is? Suppose you want money, you are looking for money, your mind is always money oriented. Will it not always pull you towards making money, having money? Similarly, in any desireful thing you think, it is always like that. The desire is a tremendous force and it is taking us. So, sa kamabhir jayate tatra tatra. Kamabhihi, by the kamas, that whatever is his kama, by that he is getting born in that place. That place means that situation. You can say that loka also. Loka means where there is bhoga. So wherever the kama is, that kama is forcing him to go there itself and to be surrounded by that desireful objects or desireful situation. It is very true of our life. Anywhere you can think of it. I don't have to give example for that. If you think of the Punarjanma model, what they are saying is that whatever is your strong desire, according to that, when the body falls, you will be born in the next life with that desire. Now, whether he will be in another body or not, but we can, this I cannot say from experience, but I can, it's a plausible answer you can say. That is, it might be true. What is that? Suppose somebody dies, he has a strong desire. Now that desire is a potential energy, it has got a tremendous potential force. And any potential will have to dissipate as kinetic energy. It has to become fructified through the fulfillment of the desire, is it not? So, he may die, but that desire in the mind, it should find its fructification in nature. So, it will go and attach to somewhere where that particular desire will be fulfilled. So, that we are saying that he will be born like this. I have told so many times that to one, it can anything that, suppose Shankaracharya has written so many things. Now, whatever was in Shankaracharya's mind, when in every era some of the sadhakas are thinking, getting inspired by Shankaracharya's thought and living the thoughts, trying to live that thoughts which Shankaracharya has thought about 1200, 1400 years ago. So is it not every time in the history, always there will be hundreds of people who are inspired by his thoughts, thousands of people inspired by his thoughts. So is not Shankaracharya's mind is living through them and liberating them also. So the mind forces, they don't just simply go and get dissipated. They remain in the cosmic mind and they have their own fructification. You can think in that manner also. So whether it is in this life or after the body falls, the fact is that desire is a great potential force and it can get dissipated only through fructification of that desire. So when it is a bad desire, it will get attached to where that bad desire will be fulfilled. If it is a good desire, then it will get attached to where people are thinking in the noble manner, good manner. It's very simple that way. Now this is what happens for people with desire. Now what happens? Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu. Paryapta kama means who had enough of fulfillment of desire. It doesn't come by fulfillment of desire. Katha Upanishad, Nachiketa has already said that it can never be fulfilled. Any desire will increase the fire more and more. So when one becomes paryapta kamaha, when he becomes desireless, understanding the redundancy of the desire, but anything from the world, my desire is not going to be fulfilled. By fulfillment will never come by fulfilling just the desire. When the desire is fulfilled, the desire gets eliminated. That is why we become happy. So it is by the elimination of all desire a person becomes paryapta kama. He becomes contented. He no longer has any desire. Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu. He becomes kritatma. When the desires go, kritatma means who has attained the Atma. That means who has identified himself with the universal Atmic identity. Naturally there is no second there, so there is no question of any desire. So a person who is a paryapta kama, he is a kritatmanaha. He becomes kritatmanaha also. Ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha. Here itself, all his kamas are getting dissolved. Ihaiva means in this body, in this world itself. So one does not have to die and then become free of all these things. That is why I said we can think in terms of Punarjanma model, religious model also. But it is more meaningful in the direct sense of this life, what we have to do, and then only it is meaningful for our sadhana. What will happen after death is another point. We need not consider that at all. What happens ihaiva, in this life itself? That is why the Upanishad speaks of Jivan Mukti. When in life we become desireless, then we become free. We become Jivan Mukta. So for him, ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha. All the desires, they get completely dissolved. That is why they say that in Punarjanma model, he doesn't get born again. Because where will his desires go? There is no desire to go anywhere. Kamanyah kamayate manyamanaha.
Kamanyah kamayate manyamanaha.
Sakamabhirjayate tatra tatra.
Sakamabhirjayate tatra tatra.
Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu.
Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu.
Ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha.
Ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kamaha.
Next we are coming to very important two shlokas which we have already done while doing the Kathopanishad. We will do it again. Now here, previously in the last chapter they have already said that what is Satya. Satyena labhyaha. What is that? Tapasa yesha atma. And also Satyena devajana. What is that? Satyena vitata. Satyam eva jayate nanritam. Satyena pantha vitato devajanaha. That the path to divinity is laid with truth. I have explained in great detail that it is not just speaking the truth, but remaining anchored in truth, living the truth. How can you live the truth? When you become desire free. That is, whatever is taking us, making us artificial, taking us away from the anchorage in truth, those are all mithya. So when, for a sadhak, it is satyam is the satya is truth is extremely important. In his expression, in his thinking, in his action, he should never imitate or fake anything at all. He should always try to become what he is as created by nature. That is, whatever his basic anchorage is Atma, which is same for all. But that Atma is manifesting through different body-mind personalities with the gunas of the body-mind personality. To that he should be true in all his actions, all his thoughts, all his words. Everywhere it should be harmonious. There should not be any clash within. The whole inside should be harmoniously moving in tune with the infinite, in tune with the Atma, in tune with his deepest reality. Now, what happens here is when they are saying that if you have kama, that means you are deviating from the truth. Not in the case of Vishuddha Sattva, that I have explained. That is not kama, that is a sankalpa. But that also has been said as kama here. Here, whatever is your following of that truth. So if you are practicing truth, satya, then what do you have to do? You have to look within and find out where I am deviating. So what do we have to do is to look straight within, to the inmost level, what I want. If you want the truth and truth alone, never be worried, you will be led to the truth. No doubt about it, 100%. It all depends on what we really want, what we are yearning for. You may say, I want self-realization. Look into your mind. Go deep into it. You will find that I want hundreds of things and the last thing I want is self-realization, is to know that I am the self. So one has to go deep within to ask and find out what do I really want. If that want is cleared, that there cannot be any desire at all. That I want to become pure, which is same as the Atma, and I want to get dissolved in the Atma. The same thing is spoken of in the next two verses, that is 3.2.3, which is also there in Kathopanishad. In Kathopanishad it is there in 1.2.23. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo
Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo
Namedhaya na bahuna shrutena
Namedhaya na bahuna shrutena
Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo
Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo
Namedhaya na bahuna shrutena
Namedhaya na bahuna shrutena
Yame vaisha vrinute tena labhyaha
यमेवैष वृणुते तेन लभ्यः
तस्यैषात्मा विवृणुते तनुं स्वाम्
तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनुं स्वाम्
अयमात्मा प्रवचनेन न लभ्यः न च मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन. Ayamatma, this Atma. What is the Atma? Atma is where from the Aham Bhava is coming, my real identity. Pravachanena nalabhyaha. By pravachana means speech, but it is not so. Pravachana means prakrishta vachana. That means we are studying the Shastras, we are analyzing each word, threadbare, everything we are analyzing, trying to understand. All this you will only theoretically understand. You will not get Atma by that pravachana. What we try to do, what we should do is use the pravachana for purifying our mind. Use the knowledge as a sadhana, not for knowing what is written in Mundaka Upanishad, what is written in Kathopanishad. I was saying Kundaka Upanishad. So, this study, that is why we always say that it is not that we just go on reading the shlokas and their meaning. It will not work. One shloka is sufficient. We have to hammer in our mind, what do they mean? What is the meaning? What is the meaning? And what do they imply? Why am I not thinking like that? Will I be able to say what the Shastras are saying or not? The day you feel that yes, I would have also said what the Shastras are saying, then it is called realization. Before that, it is all theoretical knowledge. So he says, pravachanena nalabhya. It cannot be obtained by any such analysis, study of the Shastras. Otherwise, all the scholarly people would have become self-realized. They know much more than the saints. Na medhaya. Medha means it is to retain the Shastrartha. Not only analysis, but they may be able to retain the Shastrartha also. Dharana kshamata. Granthartha dharana kshamata. That is, dharana means retentivity, the retention. Generally we are able to understand if we are humble, when it is explained we will understand. But by the time we go home we forget. We are not able to retain it. That retentivity comes by a special characteristics. Generally in sadhana we say that retentivity will come out of the purity. But in a scholarliness also the retentivity will come out of some special quality in the mind or brain which is called medha. Medha means shastrartha dharana kshamata. He says not by that also. There are many scholars who will be able to chant the whole Upanishad, explain everything with so many tikas, tippani, everything. Maybe it is kanthastha. They can even by heart whole thing. That kind of a medha also. Na medhaya. Na bahuna shrutena. You might have listened to many saints. They were all self-realized. Maybe you have listened to 5 self-realized saints also. People often boast that, I have seen that saint. I have gone to him. He was speaking at that. He told me this. He told me that. If it has not worked in you and you feel proud about that you have listened to something good from a saint, then you are called Brahmabandhu, not knower of Brahman. Or say, my uncle had been a knower of Brahman, my father had been a knower of Brahman, my guru has been a knower of Brahman. All these are in Shastras, they are called Brahmabandhu. That means they are related to the Brahman, not Brahman. So, Bahuna Shrutan, I have told you earlier the story of a saint who had, a sannyasin who had come here, who was asked to tell our ashramites something. So he said, it's very strange, I have told so many times, but still I will briefly read. He said that I started this, he was 72 years old or so by then, or 73. I started this journey 40 years back. And over this, that is, he took up sannyasa 40 years ago when he was speaking. And I have been in the association of many known great saints, and he mentioned about some of them, we know them also. But I am sorry to say, where I have started, I remain there even after 40 years. Now, there might be a little exaggeration here. He is not in the same place after 40 years, but what he wanted to mean is that I have not known the self. After 40 years of study, sannyasa, austere life, austere practices, staying with great Mahatmas, I have not been able to. So we naturally ask that, Swamiji, what do you think? What has not allowed you to realize the self then? He said, I did not have intensity of the yearning. That intensity, I have studied all the Shastras, everything I have studied, I know also everything, but I have not been able to attain the Atma. Because that intense yearning was not there. That is what this is saying. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. Then is it to depress us? It is to discourage us that it cannot be known. So you leave your sadhana and go away. You enjoy your material life. No. Yam eva esha vrinute tena labhyaha tasya esha atma swam tanum vivrinute. He says that one who does the vrinute means varana. Varana means you give the, in marriage you give the varana mala on one in preference to all others. So vrinute means one who chooses the Atma in preference to everything else, forgetting everything else. One who chooses the Atma. Tena, tena means here, you write down here, tena means tena varanena labhyaha. Tena means by that varana, by that choosing, he gets labhyaha. He gets the Atma. That means if we are one-pointed, if we seek the Atma one-pointed in preference to everything else in the world, we don't want anything. And what is that Atma? Atma is our own identity. That means all the bhoga pravritti, the looking for the second has to go. Then only the Atma will reveal its real swarupa, its own truth. When we choose that alone. Even experimentally also it is the truth that when you forget the whole world, the world which includes your body, mind, personality also, when everything is forgotten, then the Atma reveals itself. Even in Ashtavakra it is said that you will not be able to realize the Atma until you forget the whole world. So, Yam evaisha vrinute tena labhyaha tasyaisha atma vivrinute tanum swam. He doesn't have to know the Atma. One who chooses the Atma, leaving everything else, the Atma opens its own truth to him. The Atma reveals itself. Because when there is no object to reveal, the Atma reveals itself. The mind has become freed of all sangha, all attachment. Why are we not able to the mind is not able to become free of all these objective associations, object associations, the desires? If we can yearn for the Atma intensely, then all these things will drop off. As much as we come away from the worldliness, so much we come closer to the Atma. Not that you have to go away to the forest to get away from the worldliness. The mind we are talking about, not the external. Janaka Raja was staying in palace. The mind has to completely, as much as it withdraws from the worldly yearnings and all, the Atma will come closer and closer, and so much of wholesomeness, the mind will finally get dissolved in the Atma. Then it goes one step further. Nayamatma balahinena labhyo.
Nayamatma balahinena labhyo.
Nacha pramadat tapaso vapyalingat.
Nacha pramadat tapaso vapyalingat.
Etairupayairyatate astu vidvan.
Etairupayairyatate astu vidvan.
Tasyaishatma vishate brahmadhama.
Tasyaisha atma vishate brahmadhama.
He says, na ayam atma balahinena labhyah, na cha pramadat tapaso vapyalingat. There they said, Nayamatma pravachanena labhya na medhaya na bahuna shrutena. Three things are ruled out. Just by prakrishta vachana, analyzing and studying the Shastras, or by retaining all the truth, whatever we have studied, or by listening to the truth from great saints also. By bahuna shrutena, from many places, from many Shastras. No. Here he is saying, na ayamatma balahinena labhya. Does it mean that you have to become like Dara Singh or King Kong in the bodily strength? Well, bodily health is essential. Without that, no sadhana can be done. Bodily health is essential. But here they are not meaning the bodily strength. Balahina. That means one who does not have the courage, one who does not have the courage or the virya necessary to become Atma Nishta. You will find that the Atma Nishta is getting defeated every time because of our weakness. The moment something comes which is lucrative, you will leave this sadhana and go for that. That means we don't have the strength to pursue something one-pointed. That Atma Nishta, it needs tremendous courage, tremendous virya, that is the bala, that nothing can deviate. Even Satyanishta say, those who are Satyanishta in their life, in their worldly life, they have to suffer. You take them to the jail, you beat them, you do anything you like, you will not be able to deviate them. That Harishchandra's story is there. They will not be deviated from the truth. That courage they have. Because they don't want anything. Their balam, their main strength, Ami kichui chaina, as Swamiji repeatedly says, our Baba used to say, Ami kichui chaina, I don't want anything from anywhere, anytime, from anybody. There lies the great strength. That is the bala of a spiritual sadhak. I don't want anything. So how can anybody defeat me? How can anybody scare me? He will be always standing in front of everything, walking straight, looking at the face of everybody straight. Nothing can divide them from there. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha nacha pramadat. Pramada means inattention. Did I not say repeatedly that we are missing the Atma only because of inattention? What is that? Our attention is always on kama vastu, always on desireful, or whomever we don't like or whatever we like, those are the points our attention is. Otherwise, to have any perception without the Atma, there cannot be any perception. The mind catches hold on the office, on the boss, on the employee or whatever. The mother's thought has come. Immediately the mind catches on to the mother. But what is revealing that? About the mind you have no doubt. It is a consciousness only. That consciousness we are missing. The consciousness which is revealing the thought, our focus is on the thought and we are immediately developing sangha towards the thought. We move with the thought, so we miss the revealer thought. Is it not inattention? So how will you get this attention when your daily life we are always having inattention? Our attention, why it goes from the whatever we are doing? Because the mind is haunted by different raga, dvesha, kama, bhaya and whatnot. That is the source of inattention. So, nacha pramadat, if you have inattention, then don't ever think that you are going to know the Atma. Because you will not be able to, that inattention will always displace you from the path. Tapasaha vapi alingat. Also, you may do enough of austerity, but by improper austerity. Alingat means without the proper insignia. We can say improper austerity. See, by physical austerity of any kind, fasting, this, standing on this, sitting here, or straining this way, that way, torturing the body, you won't get Atma, because where will the Atma? Is the Atma going to sit in your body? Where will the Atma be? If at all Atmic realization is there, it will dawn in the buddhi, in the understanding, in the mind. So the austerities, if they are improper, for Atma, what should be the austerity? It is knowledge austerity ultimately. It is Atma Nishta. That austerity is necessary, not the other austerities. The Nishtha means Nisheshena Tishtati. That means there should not be anything other than that, what we want. That Nishtha we are lacking. That is where the Atmic Nishtha, that corresponding austerity, that we are lacking. That is the meaning of Alingat Tapasaha Va Api. So we should number them one after another by Pravachana, by Medha, by Shruti, Bahuna Shrutena, by Balahinata, by Pramada and inattention, by improper tapasa. Alingat tapaso vapi alingat. So 9 things they have said. So reverse of that is what you will be able to have. What is that? Pravachana. Well, not just going into the intellectual analysis, but introspection, where each word is related to our mind, and where I am differing, where it is coming, how to understand, where from the Rishi has uttered this word. The Rishi has uttered this word, it has come from his realization of truth, not that he has thought about it, consulted dictionary and written everything and then he is speaking the mantras. These mantras are, that is why it is called apaurushaya. It is not coming from a constricted mindset. It is coming from his identity with the self. So pravachana means, the reverse of pravachana is by the actual introspection, actual identification with the truth. Medha, instead of retaining the words and the shastras, we have to retain the truth in our mind. How much I am given to the truth, not the words of the shastras only and the whatever we have mugged up. Bahuna Shrutena, you need not listen to many people, you listen to anybody. But what you are listening, you have to practice. You have to live that. So, opposite of Bahuna Shrutena is, by living the truth, you attain the Atma. Balahina, that means Bala. What is that Bala? The courage to remaining Atma Nishta. By that you can attain. Pramada, inattention, so by attention. So cultivate attention in every aspect. Why the attention is going? Every time, every day you think the attention is not there because of our other raga, dvesha, lobha, bhaya and what not. Those are the culprits taking away. Basically it is desires again. Then improper tapas. We can find out what is the proper tapas. Proper tapas means the ignorance is sitting in the understanding, in the intelligence. That has to be removed. Then the Atma we don't have to create. Atma is already shining there. It will shine with its pristine glory. We don't have to create the Atma at all. Etayi rupayai yatate yastu vidvan. One vidwan who has learned, who is a learned person, he practices by these upaya, by these methods. I have just now said, what are etayi upaya means? The opposite of these 9 things. I have told 9, na? 1, 2, 3, 6, no? 4, 5, 6 hota. 6. Pravachana medha bahuna shrutena balahina pramada alingat tapasa. 6. So the opposite of these 6 are the upayas. So knowing about what will not give us the Atma, we have to understand what will make us attain the Atma, reveal the Atma to us. Tasya esha Atma vishate brahmadhama. The whatever his idea about the small identity is there, that enters the abode of Brahman. That means he no longer identifies with the body-mind limited identity, but the universal, all-embracing soul on which the whole creation is shining, is appearing to be. So this is the end of the sadhana part. Then I said that there will be 7 shlokas of sort of falashruti, you can say, what happens and all. We will take it up next day. But in a way I can say that it is, the sadhana part is completed. The main Upanishad part is completed. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah.
Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah.
Sthirairangaistuštuvamsastanubhih.
Sthirairangaistuštuvamsastanubhih.
Vashyayuh. Swasti na indro vruddhashravah.
Swasti na indro vruddhashravah.
Swasti na pusha vishvavedah.
Swasti nah pusha vishvavedah.
Swasti nastaksho arishtanemihi.
Swasti nastaksho arishtanemihi.
Swasti no brihaspatir dadhatu.
Swasti no brihaspatir dadhatu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Next day I propose to give a summary, not the usual way I summarize, but only point by point, right from the beginning of Mundaka Upanishad to this point, how the sadhana is progressing, what is the Upanishad presenting before us. Just about 12 or maybe 15 points. I have to see how many it comes to. And then we will cover the other shlokas which are coming. But this portion, to have a complete understanding, it will be helpful to go by those points. But you have to have your book, because I cannot go on again explaining the shlokas. I will only refer to the shloka numbers. So you have to do your sadhana. Okay. Yeah.